It's Wednesday. Can only mean Whisky Wednesday on CPM's channel. Andy here. How you all doing? Oh, I haven't really sorted my chair out very well. Let's sort it out. Sort it out, boy. Sort it out. Okay, let's crack on with it. It's Wednesday evening. Actually recording on a Wednesday, which is really cool. We have Aberlour. I love this. It is just so nice. Nice 12-year-old. Beautiful colour. Half a bottle. Half a bottle. I promise not to drink it. Let's open this proceedings with that beautiful cork pop. Poppo. Sorry, I'm in a very laughy mood tonight. Fill it up. Aberlour. Lovely. Cheers, everybody. Whisky Wednesday officially open. Let's move the old glass. Wow, that is so nice. Nice bit of ice in there. Courtesy 365 that sent me the big ice cube maker. It's quite cool actually. You put a big ice cube in your glass and it makes it look like there's more whiskey in there than what there should be, but trust me, there's enough whiskey in there anyway. Which is cool. How are you all doing? Got me dummy. What my wife calls it. Certainly better. The smoking cigarettes has to be said. I haven't smoked a cigarette for 7 or 8 years now. And boy, it was the best thing I ever did. Got to have your vices. Never quite give it up. But other than being a bit under the weather with little chesty viruses, it's been the best thing I've ever done. Right, shall we get on with it? Now, for anyone new, I do a nice quick, it can't be quick anymore, intro and a thank you to everybody that sent me anything. So we're going to go around that backdrop. We have Boo. We'll leave that to everybody's imagination. Who is Boo? Who can Boo be? Jim Wen over in Australia sent me that. Thank you very much. We'll go through the poker chips. We've got Addicted to Precious Metals, Stack Collector, Goldie's Gold to Silver, 365. Ever heard of him? Some of you might have done. Your Time Is Now. Guna Girl. Hope she's okay. I haven't heard from her for ages. GSH. Gold and Silver Hunter. Stephen. Bulldog Original Chip. Stacker Social. Creative Precious Metals. Complete idiot he is. Scott Silver. Back around, which is really cool to see. Blistering Barnacles Adventures. The #1 guy that is so supportive on this community. It's an amazing guy. Nerd UK, Cardiff Gold, jumping into silver. Come on, Cardiff Gold, you didn't even send me this. I think you should send me something at least. Jumping into silver again. That's the original poker chip and the new poker chip. Stacker Social Berlin edition. Yeah, not many of those around. Then we've got the Cranky Stackers, very special homemade poker chip, which is really cool. Then we've got Cider Sandman poker chip and Daft Precious Metals that's been dribbled on by a load of candle wax. Which is amazing. Stickers wise, we got Gold Silver Hunter, Your Time Is Now, Guna Girl, Scott Silver, Jumping Into Silver, Goldies all over the place, Sight the Sound Man, the cranky stacker, and a lovely silver certificate, which is always in my backdrop, courtesy of 365, who is mentioned there. I got these when I was in Lanzarote, I believe. Lanzarote? Yeah, it was Lanzarote. Right, silver stacker sent me that. It's probably one of my most beautiful pieces of copper. Then we've got a Australian dollar from Jim over in Australia. Then my channel round, Cobra's first channel round, Cider Sandman's channel round, courtesy of Cardiff Gold. Come on, Dan, you need to sort me out some bits, mate. And I'll promote you like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, that Cider Sandman channel round is absolutely beautiful. A nice piece from Seaboy Sterling, all the way from Cyprus there, which is really cool. Bit of Carduce leather, which site, I don't know if he's still making it, but produced, which I won once upon a time. And then we've got the very rare Addicted to Precious Metals channel round. I would love to know how many of those are available and around, and I'm very lucky to have one. Another channel round of mine, and then Stephen's channel button, some pieces from Euro Coin Hunter, some marks, which are really cool. A piece that was oh crikey, from what's his name, Backyard Bullion, did a live pour on one of Cobra's auctions. I think it was one of the first live pours he's ever did. I have that piece here. I think he did 2 that night, and that's one of 2. Stickers, we've got Addicted to Precious Metals, Cobra Stacker, CY Sterling, 365, Stacker Social, Stack Collector, God's Money, Stephen, Blistering Barnacles, Forever Curling Up, as always, Nerd UK, Daft Precious Metals, nice to see you back on the scene, Gaudy, and some Cobra Stacker, poker chips, which are really cool. And that one's really cool as well, and I've got one there. Then we have the Stack Collector, Cobra, some bits Cobra sent me on his travels, some Cobra business cards, which are unbelievably cool. Camel Finance, you hear me talking about him every now and then, and some legs. That's some legs. That's about it. Other than we have Addicted to Precious Metals, and the Stack Collector sent me some Backyard Bullion 1 gram pieces of silver, which are quite unique. And right in the middle, none other than Coin Noob 71's homemade poker chip, which sits right in the middle. Excellent stuff. I think that's everyone pretty much mentioned, really. Oh, it takes up so much time. Crikey, 10 minutes almost. Just introducing, but I do that. I've been toying on the idea whether to do it anymore. But yeah, I do it because, you know, if it wasn't for everybody's contribution, you know, it's only fair to mention it. That backdrop wouldn't exist in that way. So I've been lucky. That's been over, what, a couple of years. That's been building up and developing over time. And if anyone hasn't seen it, everybody's letters that they've sent me, all on that board there, which is quite flipping cool. Keep it all, mate. Keep it all, mate. Keep it all, man. I really do. Don't know if anyone else does that, or I'm that unique that I do it myself. But yeah, cheers everybody that's supported me and sent me stuff. How lovely. God, I'm in a good mood. Next, right, Andy's CPM's Creative Challenge, been running for 2 months now. We're in month 3. BBA 1 month, the month of March, which was really cool. And Silver Punk, congratulations. Hopefully you've got your piece of silver. If you haven't got it today, you should have it tomorrow. He won the month of April in my challenge. Now, all I did was set a challenge for every month of this year. Very quickly, all you need to do is create a creative video. Lots of people then say, what does creative? Why do you know? They'll start panicking. Just use your imagination and create a video. It's just something different, you know, rather than just say, oh look, I got this silver coin, there's no background, nothing, and I got it for I got it from here, great, that's great, and I'm not knocking anyone that does that, but I'm giving away 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ounces of silver, and there's prizes at the end of the year as well. Not that I want anything from anybody other than be creative, putting your videos together. Think about how you're, what you're talking about, and you know, put a bit of effort into it. And no, it's just for me. It's just, oh, it's better, you know, it's a break from the norm, and it's so easy in this day and age just to, oh, I've got this, I've got that, and I'll show it, and blah, blah, put a load of AI stuff on, blah, 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 put the video out there, bang, you know. I'm just like pushing those barriers, you know, trying to get people to think a little bit, have a bit of fun, and at the end of the month, you know, everyone that's entered, I'll go through how you enter in a minute. Everyone that's entered, the community vote on their favourite, and they win. Simple as that, really. Nothing more, nothing less. And we all have a bit of fun looking at people's creations. Now, the next prize for May is this lovely Philharmonic 1 ounce silver coin, 2018. That's up for the grabs for the winner. Nice coins, these. Really nice coins. So that's the next prize for May. Now, to enter, all you need to do, create your video. And there's no point, it's just create something. Just go outside of your, maybe go outside your comfort level a little bit, and create a video talking about whatever, and then go to Stacker Social, post it in the Whisky Lounge section, and during the month of May. And then at the end of the month, we'll vote on it, and you have a chance of winning a piece of silver. Pardon me. So, to give you a bit of an idea, I took some screenshots of, there's 3 people that have posted in May, which is so disappointing. Come on, guys. God's sake, man. But we have Villainous Bounty. He posted this video, my very first silver purchase, and he done it in a creative way. So that's there. Oh, shouldn't see that because that's something to do with work. And then Coin Noob sent in a video via, who put it in there? Stack Collector put it in there for me, for him. Dragon hunting with a drone. That's something really different. I wish he'd come in and posted it himself, but it's not a problem. And then I believe Sandy Millington's Working Class Stacks, I believe this video was pushed in. You didn't actually say it's entered for the competition, mate. So if you can confirm, that'd be cool, but I presume it was. And yeah, that's a really cool video, The Day That Silver Made Time Stand Still. And it's just used creativity to make a video about the silver piece, what the silver piece means, and made it into a video as well. Yeah, it's really cool. I suggest you pop into Stacker Social, into the Whisky Lounge, check these out, and you get a bit of an idea of what people are posting. But it's not about what people are doing. It's just all about what you're doing. Come on, guys. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Be creative. Be bothered. It's we all go on about how wonderful these silver pieces are. But let's be creative to be able to win it, and that encourages other people to be creative as well, which is what it's all about in my eyes, anyway. So that's that. Get involved or don't, whatever. It's entirely up to you. Be bothered. And believe it or not, even if you don't win, then you're inspiring other people to do very, very similar things. So, what have I been up to? I've been pretty busy. I've been very poor. I ain't going to go on about it too much. I've been poorly, so I haven't been doing too much. Recovered from that pretty much now. Still got the offset of a bit of a chesty cough, but that seems to be getting better daily now. But that's took ages. Don't know what it was. Not interested. We've recovered from it anyway, so it's really cool. And that followed up with having a week with my grandson, and that was worse than being ill, to be fair. I was exhausted after a whole week of having so much fun with my grandson and my youngest boy for a week, while my daughter was off with her partner having a break abroad. So that was really cool. So I'm back to normal now. What have I been watching? I haven't watched too much, to be fair. I watched the normal stuff that I consume from my investing educational processes, but I did watch Stack Chat last Saturday. Stack Collector, very. I'm not going to hide this. I say it quite often. He really inspires me on how he's puts together all these videos. I will say again, massively underrated for the effort that he puts into the community. I really do hope the community appreciates what he actually does. The community really relies on him for some incredibly good entertainment on a Saturday night. So I really enjoyed that, and I had the bonus. I was actually entered into quite a few duck races actually, but I was entered into jumping into Silver's duck race, and I won it. That's the first duck race I have won. So yeah, I'm going to get some bits from him. It was amazing. Never expect anything from anybody, but that was really cool. But yeah, the Stack Collector did a great interview with Daniel from Whatnot. Doesn't matter what you think about Whatnot. The interview was really cool. It's really interesting what they're trying to do over in the UK. We'll talk about that maybe a bit later, if I still got time. Silas Sandman, the man with the mystery hands. Hello, Stackers. How are you doing? Always cracks me up. Silas Sandman, amazing. That channel is going to grow immensely. So YouTube friendly, it's ridiculous. Love watching it. Presented brilliantly. Some really interesting videos Sire puts out. I think the most recent one that I saw, he was talking about silver. Being a sound asset to invest in, I believe. Let's have a quick look, shall we? What did he call it? Just so I get it right. Let me just check out size. Oh my God! Look who's live. It's Mr. Cobra Stacker. He's doing it live. Unboxing Star Wars Original Trilogy. Trading coins live. He loves those things. He really does. Right, Psych. Oh God, what's going on there? What did that pick that up? Psych. Yeah, how to save money in 2025. The banks hate this. Very good clickbaity title there, dude. yeah, really interesting video. Si puts a lot of work. He's so passionate about, you know, his community and what he's building, along with other members of that community. But he's got that production and presentation off to a T, and I never get bored of watching them. Yeah, it doesn't do enough in my point of view, but obviously it's time. 365, banging those videos out. Seems to have been doing a big thing on the Queen's Beast lately. Did show off his Queen's Beast collection of coins, gold and silver. That's really cool. He's always banging out stuff. Sandy Milliton had a new video. Introduced Danny. We have Sandy and Danny, very greasy. Yeah, Sandy's very heavily involved. I see him a lot around in the chat. That's really cool to see. He's building up his channel. Seems very enthusiastic. Being very creative with his with the way he's putting his videos together, which is really cool. Obviously jumping into silvers, continually banging out content. Coin Noob. I actually watched Coin Noob. I was at work today. I noticed Coin Noob went live. Pardon me. I jumped into his live and listened to what he was up to while I was working. It was really cool. Pardon me. My customer really liked his voice. I'm not sure that was too much like the silver he was showing, but it did say like, oh, he's got a nice voice. Ashton was 85. So you pulled there, dude. 85-year-old lady likes your voice, which is a compliment. No, he puts a great video together. What else have I been watching? Villainous Bounty, very inspiring to watch. Love that channel. He's putting some great walkabout stuff, which has inspired me to do a blog on my other channel. That's really cool. Yeah, that's it really. I'm sorry if I've missed anything out. I'll probably fleety look at other people's stuff. Camel Finance, always watching his stuff. He knows that. Cobra Stacker, banging out the content, nearly at 2,000 subs. If you listen to this and you do not subscribe to Cobra Stacker's channel, you need to get over there and subscribe to it. I have never, ever, ever met, well, that's not quite true, but the guy's dedication to banging out content and building content and providing a service to the community is far beyond anyone else I've seen personally. He's a jolly nice guy. We get on very well, and we're both not afraid to actually say if any of us are wrong, and we're both not afraid to speak our mind about each other. So I don't say those sort of things lightly, but yeah, he's very inspiring to see where he gets the motivation to continually not only work extremely hard in his own personal business and his own personal life, but then provide a service for the community. Some people might tell me and say, oh yeah, he's getting paid for it and whatever. Yeah, too right as well. Jesus Christ. You tell me who does anything for free nowadays. It's very rare. But yet that man slides in free content, free giveaways. It's all overlooked. We only see what we want to see, which is mad really, to be fair. But yeah, Cobra busy doing his stuff, and yeah, he's yeah, it's going to be very, very exciting if he can keep that work level ethic going. Very exciting to see where his channel is going to go. for sure. Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Who else? Off the top of my brain, which is absolutely pathetic, don't know, have no idea. Copper Corner's growing. It's growing nicely. Loving my collection there. Those big kilo coins are just amazing. Can't wait to hopefully get the Eagle. When I can justify in my own mind paying out that sort of money for a 1 kilogram copper coin. But yeah, that's looking really cool. Be nice to add to that as time goes on. So if anyone's got any copper that they want to send me and they get well promoted on this channel like no other, I mean, boy, you get a mention and a half. You have to put up with all the crap that I come out with because I don't play the game. I don't have to play the game, but boy, will I promote you like there's no tomorrow if you're sincere and you're coming from a good place. I think that's very undervalued nowadays. So that's pretty much all the intros, everything sorted. Now let's talk about something for a change. Now what am I doing with silver and gold? I've absolutely pulled the plug on over purchasing silver and gold now. Personally, I got it to a stage that I was comfortable with. For me personally, I've got to say it how I see it. I thoroughly enjoyed the journey. I'm thoroughly addicted to silver. It's ridiculous. I have to be very careful what I'm doing with silver now. Gold, yeah, gold's cool, but gold, between the two, I've had more of affiliation to silver for some reason, and I think it's purely because of the multitude of design and what people are doing with silver. Now that might be because the outlet for silver from a retail point of view is far greater than what gold is, and that's purely based on price. Now gold is lovely, don't get me wrong. I did sell, I haven't hidden that, I did sell quite a portion of my stack recently. I'm really pleased I did, because I managed to get a super fantastic price on it. Now, has it got any future in my investments going forward? Yes, definitely. I have kept a nice proportion of gold that I can look at, and but I'm just not ready to add to it anymore at the moment. I have a better, I think, and this is just my opinion, I'm not saying it's the right opinion or not, I have a better thing to do with my fiat money for achieving goals than gold. Silver, I have to be very careful of. There's so much innovation in the silver marketplace, and quite rightly so, because it's more affordable to the masses. So obviously mints and industry is definitely targeting silver, but that can be very, you've got to be careful with that. Well, I've got to be very careful with that, because it can run away with you. You can end up spending incredible amounts of money, and the worst thing you can think, in my opinion, is that it's going to give you some sort of massive payback. And from statistically in the data that I put together on a regular basis, it hasn't proved to me that yet. Now, that's not to say that one day, the big one day, which we hear all the time, it's going to maybe go to the moon. But you need to check out some of my videos that I've mentioned on this. It's okay, everything going to the moon, but you've got to move it, an outlet, and you've got to have a retail outlet that will buy it off you to make the most out of that. But that said, silver is it's lovely, and I'm being so flipping disciplined on my purchases, and I'm really trying very hard, and I'm finding it difficult, but I'm really trying hard to just keep to my date runs or my collectible pieces, just updating my collections, and not get too carried away with just the bullion stacking weight side of stuff. I've done it. I can do it again if I want to, but I don't want to. Money's hard to earn, and you got. For me personally, I really sit hard and think about how I'm going to use that time and energy that I've spent trying to earn fiat currency, getting it into the right product that's going to give me what I want from it. And I can only say that today through experience, personally. But it is lovely. I'm not going to go into all the facts and figures about inflation and money debasement and all that crap, because it will bore everybody and probably put a lot of people off. I'm just talking about me. So yes, I will probably every now and then buy something that tickles my fancy, I suppose. But I'm just being very disciplined, extremely disciplined. I've always thought to myself, I'm doing some blogs at the moment on my podcast channel, if you want to check that out. And I very recently have, because I'm a bit of a nerd, and I itemise and record my whole portfolio, all my stacks, all my investments, and because I've been doing it a few years now, I've got a nice database of information. And if I really look at why I'm doing this, if I'm looking at it from what I'm going to get as a reward point of view to what I'm actually putting in, silver's not doing it for me at all, unless it does a one-off, once-in-a-lifetime move. And then I've got to be really quick to capitalise on it. So that's really made me deeply think about, spending even more money on silver. Now, for the record, I have sold quite a bit of my bullion silver quite a while ago now. While I could at some very good, break even, just about mostly a little bit above even, which was cool to get out. And sold it really quickly as well. So that's just left me with the silver that I really, which is still quite a stack to be fair, the silver that I really love to get out and look at. But I'm no longer at this moment in time really, other than paper version, which isn't a bad idea in my head. I know a lot of you don't probably like to hear that, but my reasons are very different. But from a simple stack point of view, it ain't doing it for me. Not in the situation I'm in. So, but we'll continue to get me bits here and there and show them gold wise. Oh, gold! If I get to the stage where I can see value in storing some money, and I want to store it, probably with a lot limited risk, then yeah, maybe I would start to entertain buying more gold. So that's going to leave me with not a lot really to show on my channel. Copper, yeah, I'm getting into the copper. I like the way it, copper looks. I think it's an underestimated commodity. It's not something I would look at as a massive investment, that's for sure. I do look at it from a job point of view, obviously, because copper pipes make me money. But that's my job. But other than that, yeah, it's a nice. It's nice, you know, and you never know what's going to happen in the future. I don't think I will get money back for them, but I don't look at it as a major. Oh my God, I'm going to make 25% a year. That's just not going to happen, I don't think. But you never know. And to be fair, if I'm not making, beautiful sound there is, if I'm not making on any of my investments at least 20% a year, and people might sit there and go, oh, you greedy git, but you don't understand about inflation and money debasement. If you do understand about it, then you'll totally understand what I just said. But yeah, if I'm not making 20% a year, then my time and energy that I'm working hard for still is being wasted. Absolutely wasted. It's not worth investing if you haven't got something to really strive for, because you're not going to get those returns, which you should get. You really should. You should be striving for high rate returns, calculated risk returns. But that's me. It's all well and good saying I've got 2,000 ounces of silver, and yes, you know, in 10 years' time it might have doubled in value, might have tripled in value, but is that really going to give you the lifestyle? You know, what have you lost against that? Against, I mean, this is all depends on world macroeconomics. What if you're losing 11, 12, 13% on money debasement because of printing and all that old rubbish? But it's very, very apt. And inflation. You know, if you're losing 11% a year, you know, you've got to not kid yourself. Or do, but you do you. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Hindsight's a beautiful thing. And if I could turn the clocks back 4 years, and knowing what I know now, then I would not have gone so crazy into silver and gold as what I did personally. But that's my personal opinion, and that's only because I've got the data now, only because I've educated myself to a degree on everything else and what it really means. And boy, have I put some bloody time and effort into it. But you do you know. It's I'm not saying I've got the magic answer. I'm not saying that I'm going to be right, but without that data and without that experience, I couldn't make those sort of calls, really. There's nothing that annoys me more than when people go, oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do that, and then I ask, well, why do you think that? And they go all quiet. They just tell me why you think it. You know, where'd you get your information from? Are you just repeating what you've heard from elsewhere? Or are you actually looking at the reality of, you know, how much your electric bills go up, your gas bills go up, your mortgage goes up, your insurance goes up, your shopping goes up. You know, that's not 3% inflation, 4% inflation, 5% inflation. That's more than that. So you've got to work out the realities of what's going on. So in turn, you've got to work out if you're investing or gambling on something to beat the returns of what you're paying out on everyday living. You've got to be working at a massively higher rate than 2 or 3% a year, 4%, 5%. Yeah, I know a lot of people might say, oh, gold's done really well this year. Yeah, this year. There's a reason for it. There's a real big reason for it, but it's just this year, you know. That's great if you just got in this year. You just got your goggles on and all you can see is, oh my God, this is wonderful. But what about all the previous years where it hasn't really done anything? Would you have the same outlook? You know, you've got to look at that. But hey ho, that's what I do. That's what I look at. That's why I get frustrated sometimes. But I think I'm on the right course. Will it work? Dunno. Calculated. Not sure whether it's going to work or not. And I know a lot of people will say I'm right, wrong, whatever. I really don't care. I'm doing it because I want to do it. And hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, then what I haven't done, I haven't lost anything personally, purely because I've got my own business, I work friggin' hard, I earn my money to pay my bills. All this is a Brucey bonus. Pardon me. So if all this doesn't work, I'm still working. As long as I can stay healthy, I'm still working. I've said so many times that the biggest thing you can invest in is you. Because for the, you know, unless you're lucky, 1 in 14 million to win the lottery, or you're very fortunate to be left a lovely lump sum of money that is life-changing somehow, which is not most of us. I can definitely say that. I'm pretty 100% sure that does not affect most of us. We all have to somehow grind out doing whatever we're doing to get that fiat to be able to, you know, have a standard of living, but then fortunate enough to be able to invest in something. And if that just means, and I'm not knocking it, I'm a big advocate for it, if that just means that, you know, you can, this is your only form and outlet, then fair play, and I admire you 100% for actually doing it. You know, putting your 30, 40 quid a month. I encourage my kids to do it. They do it. They do their little bit. You know, it ain't about what we've got, what we haven't got. You know, you can preserve your money in silver, you can preserve your money in gold and whatever. You really can, and there's no greater way, but it's not going to give you what a lot of people say it will give you. Unless there's a 1 in a million opportunity that makes it happen. The real reality is it will just preserve the 30 quid spot price of silver or whatever it is at the moment. I don't know, 20, was it 25? £25? It'll preserve you 25 quid. And if spot price is 26 quid, it'll preserve it to 26 quid. That is it. And yeah, people will scream at this and go, oh yeah, but the premium I can get. No, you can only get it if people are prepared to give it to you. Come on. That's the reality of it, you know. But a dealer will give you spot price. And that's the bottom line. If you're lucky enough that that dealer wants to give it to you for spot price. It's interesting. Time in the game really opens up your mind. And I have to be really careful because I don't want to put anyone off. But sod it, I just want to speak my mind on it. That's how I used to be. It isn't, I just absolutely 100% do not want to put anyone off buying, doing, investing. You do you. But don't be disillusioned. There's enough disappointment in this frigging world. And there's plenty of people that will inflate reality. They really will. They will inflate reality for their own needs. And as money gets tighter for all of us, you need to be aware of it. You need to put your money, if you're going to invest your money, just put it in the right places. And to be fair, if you just want to, you know, save it, like Si said, you know, you know, you're better off buying a bit of silver, a bit of gold, whatever you can afford, rather than put it in the bank at this moment in time. Unless you are earning loads of fiat where you don't care. But I'm sure the people watching this video are not in that situation. You're like me. I haven't got loads of it. If I had loads of it, I wouldn't be doing this. Well, I don't know, I might be, actually. Just for something to do. But you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm not knocking it. But just for me personally, I want more. But I want it at a calculated risk more. And I'm not going to hark on about it when I really dig into the detail and the data that I've collected. That silver's not doing it. It ain't going to do it. Yeah, preserve a bit of money. Yeah, that's for sure. Can't deny it that. But unless it decides to, what's life changing? Let me think. Maybe let's put this into perspective. I'm not going to reveal how much silver I got, but if silver was to, it would need to maybe 10x, so 10 times more than what its value is now. So that's what, 250 quid an ounce. And then maybe I would be on the verge of thinking, yeah, my wife can retire, and that price would have to consistently stay there. Now, that makes it an interesting thought, doesn't it? So that sounds a lot of money, doesn't it? Wow, £250 an ounce. But to make it life-changing, make it lottery, you know, Euro lottery life-changing, it needs to be way higher than that, or you need thousands and thousands and thousands of ounces of the bloody stuff. You know, and that's dawned on me big time. Gold's the same. Until you pull yourself away from all of the shit that's going on and what people tell you, you start to collect that data and put it in front of you, unless you're completely nuts and you're delusional and you're totally in denial, then, you know, with gold, you know, what's gold sitting at? 2, 3, is it? 2.5, something like that. It's took a bit of a dip at the moment. You know, to life-changing, where we all have that fantasy of never being able to work again, whether you're 20, 50, 60, whatever. You know, you need a lot of ounces of gold. Or you need gold at, I don't know, from my point of view, if I just relied on my gold to have that lottery winning lifestyle, oh God, what we'd want, £100,000 an ounce. It's reality. That's reality. Is it going to get there? Phew. I'm not sure about that one. Life-changing. You know, that's the reality of it all. Got to really think about it. Not what we want it to be, but the reality of what it could be. And will it make that difference? Probably not. Most of us, we've got to work and get that fiat to live day to day, week to week, month to month. This sounds really awful and down, but this is what I used to do. I used to be really realistic with myself and transfer that into Whisky Wednesday. Yeah, so I'd have to go hardcore, you know. I sat there and thought about it. If I really wanted to go hardcore to get that sort of return on the what if silver would go to 2, 3, 4, 500 pound an ounce. In reality, I would need to be putting every single penny and working even more hours that I'm doing at my age to make it life-changing by the time I'm 65, 66, and I'm 60 at the moment. A lot of people shout at that, comment and go, well, I'm only 20, I'm 24, 25, I've got 40, 50 years. But okay, let's presume over that next 40 or 50 years, pardon me, you have, at this moment in time, enough money every month to buy, I don't know, 100 ounces at the end of each month. So that accumulated to 1,200 ounces a year. Times that by 10, it's 10,000 ounces. Times that by 5, it's 50 years. You know, it's 50,000 ounces, 50,000 ounces. You know, is that going to give you that lottery lifetime whatever in 50 years' time? Wow. What's inflation going to be like if they carry on with money debasement and printing money? What's your money going to be worth? Is there going to be that money around anyway? Are we full digital CBDC? You know, you've got to think about it. And how many people will be able to buy 1,000 ounces a month? But no, we're all led to believe, and this is the trick of it all, we're all led to believe, yeah, just do your few ounces, blah, blah, blah. Keep doing that over a long period of time, and you'll collect 1,000 ounces, you get to 2,000 ounces, 3,000 ounces over a lifetime of collecting. Yeah, well, those 3,000 ounces have got to be worth at least, you know, £10,000 an ounce to make it worthwhile to retire comfortably in today's terms. I'm spoiling the dream on this, aren't I? Spoiling it. But that's called reality. That's the conversations I have with my kids. That's the conversations I have with me. It's called reality. There is no answer other than, really, the real answer is you're born into what you're born into. Wherever you live in the world, you adhere to the rules and regs of what you have to earn. The boys get to play their games, and we pay our taxes, and we pay for the privilege of having services that hopefully will look after us. There's another conversation. It's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts when you really seriously start to think about it. Which is why I don't go over the top shilling, silver, gold, or anything really. I don't even do it with Bitcoin. All I do is share my journey and what I find and how I find it and how I get to those conclusions. It's simple maths. It's being honest with yourself. It's being, you know, can you deny things? Are you open? Are you being really honest with yourself? You know? Is your 1 ounce of silver making more money than what you can personally earn a month? No. So what makes it what's the most important thing? You? Simple, man. Simple ethics. Which is why I've struggled. Now, if I would, you know, I'm going to be openly honest here while I finish up. If I was a lot younger, I'd probably be looking at this quite differently and looking at what I'm doing on YouTube and whatever, and think, no, I can make a few quid. And then I've got the same dilemma after that. But I'm not in that situation. I'm in a totally different situation now. I don't look at this as any way of being able to make any extra money, yeah, it's all a bonus, obviously, if you can. But it ain't life-changing. Jesus Christ, man. You have got to be the biggest prick in the world and have no morals about you and sell yourself to the money devil to have life-changing money, you know, in any of these situations. But I've got to be real. I've got to be very real. I've got to be real for my children. I've got to give them that alternative, realistic experience for you. If I'm not being a good dad. Love it. I love it when I'm like this. And this is me free speaking. And hopefully it might hit home for one or two people to just really sit and think about how they're, you know, if you're out there grinding and working really hard, I don't know what people's situations are, but I presume most people are. You know, you've got to preserve it in the best way possible. If you're not out there building side hustles, yeah, there are hustles, to earn extra money, rightly or wrongly, you know, your money's really important. And I will say this again, to many of us, just this in its own right is very important, you know, and if you can sensibly, realistically find the best way of pushing your time and energy, the money you earn, through whatever means, hopefully legally, whatever legally is nowadays, you can preserve it in a piece of silver, piece of gold. And hopefully, you know, that can pay you back one day. But unless you've got a shit ton of it, guys, ain't going to give you what you think it's going to give you. It's all talk. But that's life, isn't it? There you go. CPM's back. Reality chats. It is. Yeah, and it is very, you know, for me to be ignoring all these things is just not me. You know, why is Whatnot doing so well? Because it's found a market in the UK and Europe to exploit. And that's right. They're exploiting the marketplace. They found an avenue for people to sell whatever they want to sell, not necessarily coins, precious metals, anything. And it's really cool, it's really clever from a marketing point of view. You know, as people get desperate, they can sell their shit, pardon me, and Whatnot are making that a great platform, and a fantastic platform. In e-commerce, in today's age, it's easy. You haven't got to go anywhere. It's all provided for you. They take a percentage of what you sell. It's so simple, and it's incredibly simple. But that's the way it's going, you know. But they're exploiting the situation. It's all about sellers. If you've got no sellers, you've got no buyers. Think of that. Just think about it. We're all consumers, but if there's no one to sell, we can't consume. So all the effort's going into the sellers. I shouldn't say that. That's reality. It's not just Whatnot, it's everything. nothing exists without retail buying. If retail's not going to buy, there's no service. And that's the way everything's changing, you know. It's I'm not knocking it. It's just reality, you know. It's all about the pound note, the dollar, the euro. Nothing more, nothing less. And it's all about how we can best preserve what we do with our time and our... I'm going to keep going on about it, and it's just like really boring now. But hey ho, this is what my Whisky Wednesdays used to be like. I'm not going to put a down on it. I wish you all well. I wish you so much fortune. I wish you all health. That's the main thing. And keep doing what you're doing. Don't take no notice of this old git just giving off his experience and whatever, because I can be so wrong. Not quite sure I'm 100% wrong. But I can be. So don't follow me, follow you. Use the information, do your research, go out there, spend your money wisely, save your money wisely, be careful who you listen to, make mistakes, learn from your mistakes, and you'll be fine. Absolutely fine. This has been really fun. I've loved it. This is a bit more like myself. I wish you all well. Talk to you all again soon, and don't forget, do the flipping creative video for this month and give yourself a chance of winning something. I don't have to do it, but I want to. I want to encourage people to be creative and do their thing instead of just, oh, enter this, say a name, say a number, and you get whatever. Yeah. Seems a bit too easy, that. It's not what I'm about. So anyway, I'm rambling. The whiskey's getting to me, which is what it will always do. Take good care of yourself till next week. See you soon. Bye.